If you're like me, and you grew up playing video games in the era of the Nintendo 64 and the Sony PlayStation, chances are you're at least somewhat familiar with Parappa the Rapper. Now, Parappa is one of those games that almost everyone has played, but nobody really remembers. At least when they think of classic PlayStation games, or classic PlayStation characters, he isn't exactly the first to spring to mind. For example, when Sony put together a video advert for the PlayStation brand, showcasing such memorable PlayStation characters as Lightning from Final Fantasy XIII, a little sister from BioShock, and some guy from Omaha, Parappa can be seen very briefly if you look closely at a post-it note on the wall. But I absolutely loved this game as a kid, and I still do. So that's why I want to take you on a little tour of my childhood, a retrospective on Parappa the Rapper and the other games by Masaya Matsuura and his company, Nanaon-sha. The rhythm games of nanaon-sha at least, because they also made Tamagotchi for some reason. Tamagotchi Connection Corner Shop, to be precise, and it's 2 sequels. Now before we look at the game itself, let's crack open the manual. Yeah, the manual, what is this, 1996? See, today, manuals are just 2 pieces of paper telling you not to get seizures, but back then they could be something special. Take Parappa's for instance. On one side you have all the instructions, and on the other is a fun little poster. Pretty cool, huh? I mean, today if you wanted a poster with your game, you'd have to buy some stupid pre-order collector's edition super ultra GameStop only. But this game they just thought, nah, we'll just throw in a poster. And where's all the pages about copyright and seizure, health and safety warnings? Don't need them. Parappa the Rapper, baby!
You gotta do what? I gotta believe!
Parappa the Rapper was originally released in 1996 and is generally considered to be one of the first rhythm games, where success or failure is determined by your ability to act in sync with the music being played. Here's how it works. Each level is run by a different rap master, who lays down a rhyme in the form of button presses on the top of the screen. Parappa has to repeat those presses with the correct rhythm in order to produce his own rap. You can play about with the timing and add your own button presses to freestyle, as the game calls it. If you do it well, you'll get more points and your rap meter will stay good. If you do poorly, the rap meter will flash and drop down to bad, and then awful, and the song itself will change to reflect your failure. If you drop below awful, you automatically fail the song. Once you've cleared a song once, you can play it again, and this time, playing especially good will allow you to rap cool. The rap master will leave, allowing you to freestyle for massive points. Although this system encourages creative play, it's not the most well-refined mechanism in the world. How exactly the game determines whether you're rapping good or bad can seem strange and sometimes completely random. You can bust out what you think is a fresh rhyme and the game will drop points like they're hot. And you know how modern rhythm games like Guitar Hero have intricate step-by-step tutorial, training, and calibration options? Well, Parappa doesn't have that. Instead, it has the most annoying, condescending, and useless practice mode of all time.
Look at the bar and press the triangle button.
The triangle button is the button with a triangle on it.
Exactly!
Great job! You managed to press the triangle button. Let's get started, shall we?
Okay, are you ready? Let's go rapping!
So the game begins with Parappa and his friends watching some sort of sepia-toned cartoon movie called Jet Baby. At least I think it's a cartoon. You can't really tell when all the characters are paper thin in the real world. After the film is over, the characters have a chat about how awesome Jet Baby is.
Phew, Jet Baby was really awesome.
Oh yeah.
He can probably beat Superman.
Really? Jet Baby could beat Superman. Flying Baby, Invincible Man of Steel.
Shut up. Boy, he sure is my hero.
He's a baby. Sure he can fly, but come on, man. Probably filled his nappy saving that teddy bear. So we get introduced to Parappa's friends. We have PJ Berry, who likes to eat a lot, Katie Cat, who doesn't like to eat a lot, and Sunny Funny, who Parappa likes to stare at a lot.
Well, here I am, with the girl of my dreams, Sunny Funny.
So this anthropomorphic dog is in love with an anthropomorphic sunflower. I've seen stranger porn. So a pair of bullies approach the gang and start, well, bullying them.
Plenty of munchies for everyone, right?
Yeah.
Not only munchies, but a little man, all dressed up for us. Ain't that right?
Right.
Wait, stop. Dog, sunflower, that's fine, I get it, it's a crazy cartoon universe. But now you're telling me that human characters are attracted to Sunny Funny as well. How does that even work? Luckily, we don't need to find out, because a daring hero comes to the rescue.
Because Joe Chin is here.
Oh yeah, Joe Chin is the man! He's big, he's strong, he's smart, he's packing an iron chin, and he knows how to seduce the ladies. He is, without a doubt, the single manliest cartoon character ever created. Nobody even comes close. Well, maybe one person.
You mean... Oh, no, please, I beg you. Oh, for the love of...
I am the man with no name. Zap Brannigan, at your service.
Hey, it's Joe.
I have traveled the 7 seas. I have crossed every mountain known to man, and I know that the mighty powers that I have are enough for jerks like you. I shall put on my magic gloves of glory and shall take you on a cruise to destroy all of you.
Yes! You tell him, Joe. Take him on a cruise. A bruise cruise! Parappa decides he needs to follow in Joe's footsteps and become a hero.
But how could I possibly do that? Yeah, I know. I gotta believe.
So he decides to learn the ancient martial arts of Kung Fu. And what better way to learn Kung Fu than through freestyle rap? So begins stage 1 with Chop Chop Master Onion. This stage, the music, the lyrics, all of it is absolutely classic. And when you think of Parappa the Rapper, you think of this stage. While Parappa was off learning Kung Fu, Joe Chin was busy knocking out the bullies using only the power of his words.
Let me knock you out.
It's a new day, and Parappa and friends are out eating at Fat Donut. They want to go to the beach, but none of them have a car. When suddenly...
Whoa, check that out. That's the new Super Stretch Limo 900.
Yeah, the maximum speed is tuned up to 463,200.
And vinyl Panther seats, too.
Damn! A car that nice can only belong to one man.
Hi. How do you like my new car, guys?
Man, it's fat.
The color is awesome, too.
Not only that, it's a convertible, and it is capable of leaping tall buildings in a single bound. Would you girls like to go to the beach with me?
Sure, only if all of us can go.
Of course, of course. Come on, girls, sit up front with me. You guys can sit in the back.
Oh, Joe is a pimp! If Parappa wants to compete with Joe's sweet ride, he'll need to learn how to drive a car.
How can I do that? Yeah, I know. I gotta believe.
And so begins stage 2, driving lessons with instructor Mussolini. Parappa learns how to accelerate,
Step on the gas.
how to brake,
Step on the brakes.
how to turn,
Now turn to the right. Now.
and the most important lesson of all,
Whoa, ho, ho, ho! Stop the car! We got an emergency, can't you see?
What?
I forgot to close the door.
You forgot to close the door.
once he's earned his license, Parappa immediately takes his dad's car out for a spin with his friends. Parappa, it's probably not too smart to drive with your eyes closed. And don't do that, Jesus Christ, man. And certainly don't start daydreaming while you're at the wheel. Oh shit! The truck hits Parappa's car so hard that it flies up into space and then completely falls apart.
Oh no. I can't believe it.
Well, what do you expect to happen driving like that?
I'm in trouble now. How am I gonna pay for this car? How can I do that? Yeah, I know. I gotta believe.
So Parappa gets a job selling goods at a flea market. Teaching him the art of the pitch is Rastafarian frog Prince Flea Swallow.
I'll tell you right now, the most important thing in selling goods here is not money, it's love.
Sound advice, and love is cheap.
Cheap? Cheap, my youth. You worry about cheap? We now worry about cheap, you know. The boy them dip on the corner, me say the boy them other things on my corner, that and thing, and me say every corner on my corner, I think I'm gonna write that to the boy them go on and say, oh, they wanna give me my money. Oh, something go on with that.
Oh, wait, wrong game. The third stage is nice and different because of its reggae style. And, as with all the stages, the beats are good and the lyrics are catchy.
Just because the rhythm is slow, that don't mean that you can't flow. In the rain or in the snow,
In the rain or in the snow.
got the funky flow.
Got the funky flow.
Your papa's gonna be very proud of you. Let me know if you have another flea market. I will help you, or you will help me.
You got that right, teacher. Thanks a lot.
Parappa makes enough money to fix up his dad's car and avoid disaster. Later, at Fat Donut, the group are planning who should prepare what for Sonny's upcoming birthday party.
Uh-huh. And how should we decide?
Well, how about John King?
Good idea.
You'd think for a game so steeped in Western culture, they'd at least check to see if rock, paper, scissors was called something different outside of Japan. Anyway, it falls to Parappa to get a cake. He heads to the store and picks out a cake, and as he leaves, he bumps into...
Hiya, Parappa.
Joe Chin, you glorious bastard, what is that you're holding?
You wanna see the cake that I got for Sonny? Look. The first floor represents the foundation of Sonny and I. A long relationship between a boy and a girl all depends on the foundation, you know.
And you thought Joe Chin was just a pretty face, but the man knows his stuff. Joe gives Parappa a friendly pat on the back, but being the bulging mass of muscle that he is, the force of it knocks Parappa down face first in the cake.
What should I do? I'm in trouble now. What should I do? I'm almost out of money, and I need a cake. Cheap. Cheap.
Cheap? Cheap, my youth. You worry about cheap?
Enough of that.
Yeah, I know. I've gotta believe.
So Parappa decides to bake his own cake for Sonny, following the instructions of TV chef Cheep Cheep the Cooking Chicken. I love the fourth stage for how little it cares about the fourth wall. Cheep Cheep is on the TV, but if you start playing badly, she just walks out of it and starts giving Parappa stick for being a bad cook. And what kind of cake is Parappa baking?
Seafood cake comes just like the riddle.
Yeah, seafood cake, literally.
Take off the shrimp, the clam, and the perches. The perch goes here, the clam goes there.
The perch goes here, the clam goes there.
The little tiny shrimps just go everywhere. Okay, that wasn't so hard, was it?
No problem. But how'd you get out the TV?
Yeah, that's a pretty calm response, considering someone just walked out of your television. The next day at the party, Parappa's disgusting cake apparently goes down a treat and everyone has a jolly good time. Except for Joe Chin, who's running around in the background trying to balance his huge cake tower. Hey, everyone has their weaknesses, and Joe's is that he doesn't know when to quit. Katie and PJ leave Parappa and Sonny alone to, watch the sunset, but the romance is spoiled by a sudden bout of, well...
No, not now. I have to go to the bathroom.
Now, when have you ever heard the main character of a video game say, I have to go to the bathroom? The game runs with all the best classic jokes here. Parappa starts seeing toilets everywhere, Sonny mistakes his strained expression for manliness, and there's a hilariously relevant song playing on the radio.
I wanna let you know of my desire. Let it go.
My car tank is empty, but mine is full. I mean, I'm full of gas and not the car. No, the car needs gas, but anyway, we have to find a gas station right now.
Parappa pulls up to the station and rushes to the toilet, but there's a queue.
Excuse me, this is an emergency. I need to go right now.
So do we.
Oh my, now what? What can we do?
Yeah, I know.
Let's rap for it.
That's a good idea.
Hurry up.
Yep, all the previous rap masters are here, and they all have to take a dump. Who'd have thought this game would have a boss rush? Stage 5 sees you rapping your way to the front of the line for the restroom. It's hilariously awesome to see the previous stage's rap spoofed to be about them needing the toilet.
Check and turn the signals to the right. Did you check the toilets on the right?
I need to go, just as bad as you. What I had this morning, I don't even want to say to you.
Oh.
I got the crack, I got the crack, I got the crack, I got the crack, open up, I got crack, open up.
It's all yours.
Ah, this is life. Sonny, sorry to keep you waiting. I'll drive you home now.
He's the same old Parappa again. Oh well.
The 6th and final stage doesn't have as solid an introduction as the rest. The entire pre-level cutscene is set to a cheesy pop R&B track as Parappa gets an invitation to attend a club party from Rodney? As in Rodney Greenblatt, the artist who drew all the Parappa characters? Okay. Parappa invites Sunny along, picking her up at her house and meeting her father, who is an anthropomorphic plant pot in an army uniform smoking a pipe. What? Katy Cat, wearing something vaguely resembling clothes, meets them at the Daughter Club Fun, which you can tell is a fun place because the B is on backwards. Inside, PJ Berry is DJing and Parappa gets brought up on stage for no discernible reason by the Big Bug MC King Kong Mushi. Stage 6's song is a celebration of Parappa's achievements with the chorus echoing his famous catchphrase. The song also finally sees Parappa come into his own as a rapper, as for the first time his rap lines are different from the rap masters.
Now it's time for the rough fat night, and let's all pump up the night.
Waking up was the name of the game for me, you, and you.
And for some reason, the audio quality of Parappa's lines is way worse in this song than it usually is. I guess they were trying to make it sound like he's talking through a microphone, but he's not holding a microphone. The song plays as normal until the final section, where Parappa suddenly becomes the rap master himself and has to lead the crowd. Unfortunately, the screen doesn't scroll fast enough for you to see what buttons you're supposed to press, so you're pretty much guaranteed to fail the song the first time around.
Everybody stay ho! Stay ho! 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 Stay ho! 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 Now.
Maybe next time.
Once you know what you're doing, however, you can lead the crowd like a real MC and end the game on a high note.
Thank you, everybody. And don't forget, you gotta believe. Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
Then we see Parappa and friends going to the cinema to see a new film, as a big "The End" fills the screen and the credits roll. Most of the credits are your standard affair, except for a credit that says that Ryu did words. I can only assume that his words were Hadouken and Shoryuken. Also, if you were interested in knowing who the voice actors were, the game is especially unhelpful, giving you only the first names of the actors. And after the credits, there's a coming soon teaser for Parappa the Rapper 2. And while there would eventually be a Parappa the Rapper 2, it wouldn't be until 5 years later. The first game, meanwhile, is a PlayStation classic. It has its flaws, sure, but it's a fun and funny little slice of life that still manages to be down-to-earth and relatable despite its crazy characters. But we're not done with Parappa just yet. If you can finish every stage with a cool rating, you unlock a secret special stage. Now, I had this game when I was a little kid, but I could never manage to get a cool on every level. But when I was playing it for this video, I actually managed to do it quite easily.
Kick. Punch. Man, you're so good. I'm gonna lose money with students like you.
And step on the brake. Step on the brake. Step on the
drive, man. I have nothing else to teach you no more.
I have never sold everything, everything.
I have never sold everything, everything.
You have never sold everything, everything.
You have never sold everything. You have never.
Uh-oh, you're so wicked for me. You don't understand what is love. Frog need to hibernate. Wake me up if you have any trouble.
Crack, crack, crack the egg into the bowl.
Crack, crack, crack the egg into the bowl.
M-I-X the flour into the bowl.
M-I-X the flour into the bowl.
You don't need me. I'll just turn the TV off and rest.
Did you check the toilets on the right?
Did check on the right?
Did you check the toilets on the left?
Did check on the left?
What you gonna do?
I got it, I got it, I got it, I got it.
What you gonna do?
I got it, I got it, I got it.
All right. You got it. Now take it away.
So, what could this secret special stage be? It's a little screen where Sunny and Katie dance around, and you can change what dances they do and what clothes they wear by pressing different buttons. Nothing special, but it's nice to finally see it.
Let's go.
And that is Parappa the Rapper. Hope you liked this video. Leave a comment if you have one to make. Thumbs up, subscribe, all that good stuff. The next nanaon-sha game is one that I actually like even more than Parappa, so I'll see you then.